Greetings, fellow educators. If you're watching this video, then you too want to learn more about using digital technology tools for engagement in online learning with higher ed. So why? As face-to-face learning gives way to digital learning environments, educators and institutions are becoming more aware of the necessity for courses that incorporate some type of active engagement. What are some advantages of these tools? One is accessibility. Basically, 24/7, no matter where you are, you can access the tools. Also, engagement. Multimedia, gamification, collaboration, students are going to stay engaged. Also, the instructor can use data to actually drive and inform their instructional practice. Also, collaboration. Even though it's asynchronous, these conversations seem to be having an ongoing feel of collaboration. Next, they're free. There's no extra cost to the institution or the student, but it does come with its limits and its challenges. Number one, digital equity. Not all your students may have access to the same high-speed internet. Also, technical issues. Sometimes either on the side of the tool or the student, technical issues could cause them not to persist onto the effective use of the tool. Isolation. Even though they are collaborative and communicative, because they are asynchronous, some students still may feel isolated. Also, digital literacy. Both the instructor and the student have to have some sort of tech savviness to actually use the tools, and we don't want an imbalance there. Also, integration with the LMS. These are external tools, so sometimes there might be an extra step or two to actually utilize them in the LMS of your current institution. Three of my favorites that I'm going to show you are Kahoot, Flip, and JamBoard. The first tool I'd like to show you is Kahoot. Now, I said that it was free, but when you go to Kahoot.com, you're going to see all of these different paid-for options, but that is not necessary. If you will actually just go to the sign up here and you sign up as a teacher, there is a basic level that allows you to use Kahoot for free at the basic level, and I'll show you what that looks like. So here is a Kahoot that I created that I could easily just go to Share Kahoot, take the code, I could embed it or take the code itself, just drop it into my course, and then that would allow students to see this page and they could play solo. So if they decide that they are going to, or I decide I'm going to use this Kahoot and the students come to this page, then they've got 4 different game modes they can choose. And of course, all of this is free. They can do classic mode where the quiz questions just pop up, or I just played the tallest tower, which is really cool because it'll give like 5 questions, and then it will give them a gamified mode where they are building a tower as they progress through the quiz. So these things are actually really easy to do, and they are all free. So here I've started the Kahoot, and you can see that the questions show up and the answers. So as I move through the quiz, it actually just brings it up, and then after about 5 questions, it gives them a gamified play of building a tower. So just a few things to note about Kahoot. In terms of access, students just need the internet, and as part of classroom design, a lot of Kahoots can be used as part of like a KWL to establish pre-knowledge. And for grading, this is really easy to do because it could be a non-graded pre-assessment that allows you to just mark it as complete. My second favorite tool after Kahoot is Flip. It used to be called Flipgrid, now it's Flip. And again, it's free and you can sign up for a free subscription, and it allows you to create as many flips as you want to. And let's take a look at what that looks like actually in my course. So this is one of the courses that I use. It's EDU 270, and these are students that are in residency licensure, so they're first-year teachers. As I take them through a module, I use Flip at the end as my wrap-up. So the Module 1 Flip Reflection is going to take them to an actual Flip link that they can click on. I've given them some instructions about how to copy and paste those URLs so that I can grade them for easier access. But let's see what that looks like. If they click on that link, it's going to take them to the Module 1 Flip Reflection, where all they have to do is click record. It gives them all kinds of options as to whether or not they want an avatar or they want to put visual effects with it. Most of my students just choose the plain Jane and they go with that. So they record their initial response, and then the collaboration is that the students are dropping their responses to their classmates. And if you allow it, they can drop video responses or text responses. It just depends on what you as an instructor want. So going back to the grading, just as I said before in the challenges, it is an external tool. So it's really hard to actually grade Flipgrid from this screen. And so what I ask my students to do is to actually record the links to their initial responses and to their 2 replies. And all of those, that is listed here. I would show you in SpeedGrader, but that would be a FERPA violation. So just know that all they have to do is post the links. I can see those 3 links, click on them directly, and then actually see that they have done the assignment and give them credit. As I wrap up for Flip, in terms of integrating, just a link is sufficient. Access, students just need the internet. Classroom design, I really often use this as a reflection tool, but I've also used it for students to present a project and to present their thoughts on their current learning. Also in the grading, just providing those clear instructions makes that easy for you. The last tool I'm going to show you is JamBoard. And unfortunately, I didn't realize this until today, but JamBoard is going to be fading away, and I'm going to have to choose something like FigJam that allows me to utilize the same features, but at least give you an opportunity to see what this kind of tool is like and using it as a learning log and how effective that can really be. So right now, it's just part of the Google Suite. So when you scroll down, you're going to find JamBoard. If you click on that, it's going to take you to your current jams, but also allow you to make new ones. Now, how am I using JamBoard in my current courses? Well, I'm going to back up a little bit and I'm going to show you the module. So for every module that I give my students, I like for them to keep a learning log because of the value of constant reflection. As they reflect on what they learn, then they are aware of their own learning and then they can continue to build on it. So when they begin the module, I've asked them to do something, watch something, read something. And at the bottom of that page, I ask them to contribute to the JamBoard. When they click on that link, so you see how accessible it is for them, it just pops up and it gives them a prompt after viewing Because of a Teacher, offer a few thoughts on why we need to stay connected to our calling as teachers. Now, this is not an active link, but I could make it one, but I intend for them to actually be navigating from the page to the JamBoard itself. Once they have navigated there, they can go back, they can click next, and they go to the next thing that I have asked them to do, and then contribute to JamBoard slide 2. So it's very seamless, and it allows for them to drop their own sticky notes and then to respond appropriately to others. And just so you can see that it's not just module 1 that I'm using it, if I scroll down to the current module that they're working in, which is module 6, you're going to see that I'm still using JamBoard when it comes to their active learning. So once they have actually gone through the information that I have asked them to do, then they're going to be contributing to the JamBoard again. After that Module 6 introduction, they get into pedagogy and content, and they are, again, reading, and they're watching and contributing to the JamBoard. So this link takes them to a separate JamBoard, because there's only like 20 slides that you're allowed on JamBoard. So when I get them to a new one, they don't know the difference or the student doesn't know the difference because they're just going to the JamBoard that's actually linked, and it is absolutely no problem. Now, how do I grade this? Glad you asked. Once the student is done with the Learn section, they will actually click on this page, which takes them to the Module 6 JamBoard area where they submit. All they have to do is look at the instructions, and they copy and paste their initial responses to all of the slides and their 3 replies. This way, it's relatively easy for me as an instructor to grade it, and it's relatively painless for the student because all they have to do is copy and paste. Finally, as I leave you, it's important to remember it's really not about the technology, it's about the teaching. So tools are just that, tools, neither good nor bad. They're in your hands. And so you're the one that has the responsibility to know what tools you have, which ones will meet the needs of your learners, and how to utilize those tools to achieve your learning objectives. We need to harness the power of educational tools to meet our students where they are and take them as far as they want to go.